What's up, guys? Power Maniac 720 here, and I have for you round 6 from my from Lancaster Regionals, where I placed 8th place. So round 6, I was playing Brian Tong. We were both 5-1. I just suffered my first loss, and really wanted to avoid going on tilt because, I started off 4-0 at Nationals and ended up 5-4, and I did not want the same thing to happen. So I'm facing Brian Tong, who had a team of Charizard Y, Hydreigon, Landorus, Conkeldurr, Aegislash, and Zapdos. So, again, it looks like a team that if I can control the Weather War, I have a very good matchup against, because as long as the Hydreigon's not Scarf. That was the one of the two things that could kill me, was A, Scarf Hydreigon, and 2, losing the Weather War. So, we're going to get right into it. I felt that Double Dragon was a very good lead here, because it pretty much dealt with everything. I mean, it's really nothing that they could lead besides Landorus that would give them a good matchup. So my opponent leads Zapdos Hydreigon, and I'm basically banking on this first turn not being. So I have to rely on two things here: A, that the Hydreigon isn't Scarfed, because otherwise I'm screwed, or B, that this thing doesn't get a Tailwind up. So I go for the double Rock Slide turn 1 right off the bat to try and get a flinch onto the Zapdos to prevent it from setting up Tailwind. Because also, if Tailwind goes up, I'm in trouble because I have to deal with a Draco Meteor and an HP Ice most likely coming my way. But Hydreigon does protect, which was amazing to see. So Garchomp fires off Rock Slide. Luckily, it connects with Zapdos. And, does pretty good damage, actually, 45% or so. Salamence goes for its Rock Slide as well, which connects with Zapdos, which is nice because I'm thinking, all right, 30% chances of flinch. I should get a flinch here. It does proc Zapdos' Citrus Berry, which is good to know that it has. Brings it back up to like 45%, and it actually Thunder Waves me, which I was very happy to see because, Tailwind puts me in a really bad spot. Thunder Wave does not, though. So here I go for the very safe Dragon Claw and Aegislash, figuring he only has one switch in, really, onto Hydreigon. He only has one switch in, which is Aegislash, which he does pull, but that wasn't something I was willing to really risk predicting because last thing I needed was to take a Draco Meteor from something. Or from Hydreigon specifically. So Zapdos, roosts up, gets some health back. I Rock Slide once again. Figured I was going to, bring Zapdos to low health, but alas, Zapdos roosts and loses its flying type. So I switch out Garchomp because Garchomp is very important to take out Hydreigon in the back. And I switch to my Ludicolo because that gives me some fake out pressure, which is always fantastic. Aegislash does go for the Wide Guard, which is, it's a good move because I very easily could have just Rock Slided there again and picked up a couple, or at least a KO. But I do go for the Fire Blast and Aegislash because I really need to knock it out. And it does a decent chunk, but of course I'm jolly, I'm not naive. I have literally no investment. I don't even know what my special attack IV is, to be honest. So I activate the weakness policy. Not that it would have KO'd with all those things, but and Charizard does come in for my opponent, which is fine. I do switch out Salamence into Politoed here. My goal is to hit this Aegislash with a full powered Scald. So I figured I can outspeed it and Scald it, and then with the rain up, I should be in really good shape. So I do get the Scald off on an Aegislash, and I thought it would knock it out from this range, but it didn't, which is very frustrating. So my opponent does go into Blade form, and +2 Shadow Ball is going to hurt. However, my Politoed is bulky, like really bulky, and it tanks that Shadow Ball pretty well. Like I was surprised. I thought I was going to do more. Then with Citrus, I'm in pretty good shape. So I switch out Politoed because, once again, like I said, I need to control this weather. And I just switch in Garchomp because Garchomp's a very safe switch here as long as I don't get burned. So, of course, Charizard Mega Evolves, brings out the Sun, which is also fine because Ludicolo is still the fastest thing on the field because of the rain. And I kind of predicted that my opponent would maybe predict me to double switch or something. So I just go for the Aegislash, expecting him not to King Shield. It works out very well. My logic was either he pulls a switch thinking I'm going to Scald him again, or he doesn't switch and I just get an Ice Beam off for the KO. Heat Wave, Ludicolo does avoid it. I am a Assault Vest, so it would have been a decent chunk, but it wouldn't have been the end-all be-all. So Zapdos now comes out onto the field. And at this point, like I said, it literally just comes down to controlling the Weather War. My opponent does switch out Zapdos for Hydreigon. I don't know what he was really trying to accomplish there. I guess baiting me into doing something weird. I don't really know. But I do switch out Ludicolo for my Politoed to reset the weather, give myself some rain, which again is always nice because Charizard isn't really doing much with rain up. No solar beams being fired off, no heat waves that are super powerful. Because even heat wave here hurts a lot. So my opponent does switch out the Charizard to reset the Sun. He tried to double protect and failed. I protected the Scout. Like I said, I'm not concerned about the Charizard here one bit. So I could have Rock Slid, but instead I just go for the Dragon Claw and knock out the Hydreigon because that's the big threat to me right now. And at this point, I feel like I have the match pretty much locked up. I have a 4v2, and also I can now switch out Politoed into Salamence and reset the weather one more time, which is a huge advantage for me. So I do indeed switch out my Politoed for my Salamence because at this point I don't really care what happens to Salamence, although it's at full health. So not much is going on here unless he predicts an HP Ice into my Salamence, or predicts the switch from HP Ice into my Salamence. He protects, I protect. I protect the Scout. He protects to knock out my Garchomp. So at this point, it literally comes down to whether I hit a Rock Slide or not. But even if I don't, like I said, I have this match in really good shape or really good hands because I have the rain now. So there's really nothing these two can do to hurt me. I do go for the Rock Slide, and luckily it connects on the Charizard, which is what I really cared about. Obviously, Life Orb is going to OHKO it. I don't really think there's a spread for Charizard that can survive Rock Slide. You probably have to go like 252 bold. But and my opponent Zapdos Roost. So at this point, I know the game's over. I do go for the very safe Dragon Claw the final turn because last thing I need is I miss a Rock Slide and then something weird happens. So I just go Helping Hand Dragon Claw because I know that's going to knock it out from this range. And as you can see, it does. So that was my round 6 match versus Brian. So at this point, I'm 5-1 in the tournament, and I'll be moving on to round 7.